The whole universe is one and the same. Think twice before you put one in his brain. Only excuse to make him suffer in pain is if he came to make you suffer in pain. Get that stuck in your brain. POW can't, product of waste, can't fuck with the name. We struck in your vein like we busted a main. Shit is so real, you get a rush in your brain. Last resort will hustle.
How's it going, guys? So I realized as I was looking through my videos the other day that I have not done a pickup video in about a month. So I figured for this video, I'm gonna change that. I got two new pickups here to show you guys, so without further ado, let's get into them. Now the first pair of shoes that I picked up that I want to show you, I picked up over the weekend, which I'm assuming most of you did as well. You got your standard Jordan 5 box, and inside the box, you have the Jordan Laney 5. Now this particular colorway is something that I've been very excited for since I saw it pop up on the release calendar. I mean, I know that I didn't own a pair that came out in 2000, so I saw this as a chance to actually get my hands on this colorway. And actually holding the shoe in my hands, I honestly have mixed feelings about it. Now the actual quality of the leather is not what I'm questioning. It's not a bad tumbled leather if you take a look at it, and I'm certain that if you have a pair of your own, you would say that the quality of this leather is definitely above par to the other 5s that released this year. But on the midsole, I know that it's only a two-colored midsole, but on the teeth here you can see that the lines are not very smooth and they don't line up where the actual embossing is. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up all too well, but I can assure you that the paint job on this midsole is really not that well done. And if the camera didn't pick it up that well and you had your chance to get your hands on these this Saturday, take a look at it for yourself and tell me if you agree. But other than that, the rest of the shoe really isn't that bad. The main colors on the shoe is obviously white, royal, and maize. And from what I understand, they actually changed the colors from the original, but like I said, I did not have the original release of this shoe, so little things like that really isn't going to bug me that much. I mean, you guys know what the shoe looks like. It's a Jordan 5. I'm a couple days late on actually getting this video out, so I'm sure there's already thousands of these on YouTube. So I'm going to put this aside and we're going to get to my next pickup. Now, as soon as you see the box, you're going to realize that this is a much different pickup to any other shoe that I've shown on this channel. You got a silver Jordan box. Spin it around so you can see Jumpman on the top. And actually inside the box, we have an original 1997 He Got Game 13. Now if you guys can remember a few months back when this shoe retroed, I stepped out of line because I really didn't agree with what was happening with all the people trying to fight and force their way to the front of the line and just lying about what time they got there. But I do believe that this is a perfect example of patience being a virtue. I gave up my spot in line because I just didn't agree with what some of the people were doing within it, and a few months later I got my hands on an actual original pair. And the actual quality of this shoe is just crazy, man. I'll tell you, the tumbled leather on this is better quality than any other shoe that I have in my collection. I mean, it is just absolute butter. And for being a 16-year-old shoe, the suede on this is actually softer than the pairs that I picked up from 2013, which is, in my opinion, pretty crazy. You got a beautiful tumbled leather here up on the tongue with a nice red stitched on Jumpman. Taking a look at the actual insole, you will see that you have a red printed on Jumpman. And obviously the shoe isn't laced up. I actually got this shoe DS, and I know that when shoes came out, you know, in the 90s, they didn't come laced up. If you can remember in the actual movie, Denzel Washington told the guy at Foot Locker to actually lace up his shoes. And the reason he asked him to do that is obviously because when you got a pair of shoes back in the 90s, and I remember getting them myself even for things like Airwalk and things like that, the shoes don't come laced up. I mean, what other features are on an Air Jordan 13? Obviously, you have your hologram, and due to the age of the shoe, it's obviously fogged up and you can't see it. And no, I'm not going to hit it with a blow dryer. I'm not going to try and defog it. I'm probably just going to keep the shoe exactly the way it is. I don't plan on wearing it, to be 100% honest with you. I know I just put out a video stating wear your shoes, but I don't want to put my foot in this and completely ruin the shoe. Because this is a DS pair, and I am not 100% sure if the shoe is actually wearable. I'm honestly content enough with the fact that I get to hold this shoe in my hand and call it my own. And I'm not going to sit here in front of you guys like I've been in the sneaker game since 1997, because I sure as hell haven't, but I cannot sit here and lie to you guys and act like I am not excited to have these shoes in my possession. Honestly, this shoe is just beautifully constructed. The tumbled leather on it is in incredible condition for being 16 years old, and I must say that this is currently the best quality shoe that I have in my collection. So yeah guys, that's pretty much all my pickups for the week. I'm trying to do one video a week. I noticed that I've been kind of slack on the videos lately. I recently teamed up with a good friend of mine, and that little restoration thing that I was doing has turned into a full-on customizing, sole swaps, taking the yellow out of soles and stuff like that, so we have been absolutely slammed this last week with orders. And to be 100% honest with you guys, I barely have time to sit down and do these videos. You guys know that I normally do videos in front of my really ugly yellow wall, but right now the table that I actually do those videos on is completely swamped with supplies and paints and acetone and all the things that you need, you know, to pretty much restore and customize a pair of shoes, which is why that I've been recording in here and not in front of the wall. You know, actually, we work in here too. This shelf in here, I actually have an indoor retro brighting system going on, and it, you know, I take all my shoes and put them on the bed and then set things up here with the lights and all that. So when I want to record a video, I got to take all my shoes and put them back on here. But hopefully within the next week, all this stuff is going to be moved out. We'll be working in my sneaker room here, and hopefully my videos will be back on track after that, because then I will have my actual space to record them. So thank you so much for being patient with me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this pickup video. Be sure to check out our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/SneakerReviveSydney. I will leave links in the description down below so you can check that out. Also be sure to check out our Instagram. Our username is @SRSXFCC. I will leave a link in the description down below and put the username here on the screen for you guys. And as always, have yourself a good day.